ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवत्य उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। हरे कृष्ण। Yeah. If it is possible to switch on the fan, we can switch on. It is on 0. Yeah. Hare Krishna. So today the topic is to prepare the mood for the Janmashtmi. But how many of us are interested for that? Looks like very few people are interested. The others are preparing the mood for Janmashtmi probably only for the day of Janmashtami. Yes, preparation is very important. And not everybody gets the opportunity to prepare the mood for the Janmashtami. Every year we discuss very lofty pastimes from Krishna Leela. What Vasudeva is doing, what Devaki is doing, what Nand Maharaj is doing, what Yashoda is doing, what Krishna is doing. And we all feel very nice, we all feel very good. But very little of it we are able to implement. So this year I have decided we will not discuss Krishna Leela. And we will prepare the mood for Janmashtami. So today I will refer to one section of Srimad Bhagavatam which talks about culture of respect. How devotees can have respectful, loving dealings with each other. Because in Janmashtami that only becomes a serious problem. We forget, we think about Krishna, we think about Devaki, we think about Vasudeva, we think about Krishna Janma, we think about the pastimes of Krishna, but somehow we forget to give respect to each other. So I thought let's discuss something practical and prepare the mood for Janmashtami. So I found this verse of Srimad Bhagavatam very relevant. Are you able to see the screen or should I zoom? View. Zoom. Is it better? Can you see this? Or should I increase the size more? Everybody can see? People at back, are you able to see? You are able to see? Not really. Not clean. हाँ, तो मतलब और बड़ा करना है. ठीक है, नो प्रॉब्लम. और बड़ा करेंगे. अभी? You are able to read? Okay. Okay, we'll read this verse. Maitreya uvacha Janeshu pragranattasvevam Prithum prithula vikramam Tatropajagmur munayash Chatvarah suryavarachasah Janeshu pragranatasva evam Prithum prithula vikramam तत्रोपजगमुर्मुनयः चत्वारः सूर्यवर्चसः जनेषु प्रगृणतस्व एवं पृथुं पृथुलविक्रमम् तत्रोपजगमुर्मुनयः चत्वारः सूर्यवर्चसः. We'll go to words now. Maitreya Uvacha. The great sage Maitreya continued to speak. Janeshu, the citizens. Pragranatsu, while praying for. Evam, thus. Prithum, unto Maharaj Prithu. Prithula, highly. Vikramam, powerful. Tatra, there. Upajagamuhu, arrived. Munayaha, the Kumaras. Chatvaraha, 4. Surya, as the sun. Varchasaha, bright. The great sage, translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki. The great sage Maitreya said, while the citizens were thus praying to the most powerful King Prithu, the 4 Kumaras, who were as bright as the sun, arrived on the spot. So do all of you know who is Maharaj Prithu? Who does not know who is, okay, who all know who is Maharaj Prithu? Okay, few people. Maximum लोगों को नहीं पता है who is Maharaj Prithu. So there have been various incarnations of Krishna. One of the Shaktyavesh avatars, when a living entity is empowered to function like in one of the capacities like Krishna, it is called Shaktya Avesh avatar. It is not Vishnu Tattva category. This is not Bhagwan. But a particular Jiva Tattva or a particular spirit soul is empowered by Krishna to act like Krishna in one capacity. So, there have been incarnations like Parshuram. He is also a Jiva Tattva, a living entity, but Samharak Shakti. So, the potency of killing has been put in Parshuram. So, when Parshuram will kill, it will look like Krishna or Vishnu is killing. Similarly, there is Vedavyas, who is literary incarnation. So when he will write, it will be like Krishna is writing. However, Parshuram cannot write and Vedavyas cannot kill. So they are limited to the potency which is given to them. So Maharaj Prithu is one of the Shaktyavesh avatars of Krishna who has been given the Palana Shakti. He is given the potency to maintain the living entities, maintain the Praja. So he is the original king, Adi Raja. So when Maharaj Prithu will rule, it will be like Ramarajya. It will be like Krishna ruling. So therefore on the name of Prithu, this planet is called Prithvi. So Maharaj Prithu is a great personality. And
car number 3412, car number 0560.
Yeah. So when Maharaj Prithu will rule, it will be like Krishna ruling, identical to Krishna. However, point to be noted, Maharaj Prithu cannot show this potency in other aspects other than ruling. So other than being a good king, he cannot act like Krishna. He cannot give the Bhagavad Gita. So that is called Shaktyavesh avatar. One specific potency, which is the need of the hour, is invested in a living entity. So Maharaj Prithu. So Maharaj Prithu, I'll tell you briefly his pastimes. He is the king who has originally divided the planet into cities and villages. The concepts of cities and villages came from Maharaj Prithu. And everything which is known about the royal order has come from Maharaj Prithu. He decided to perform 100 Ashwamedh Yajnas. So when he had finished performing 99, one of the demigods, Indra, he became envious of Maharaj Prithu. So he started kidnapping the horse of Maharaj Prithu, 100th horse. And then while kidnapping the 100th horse, Indra was taking various forms, various veshas, which became the different apasampradayas. First, Indra came in the form of an aghori, a person who lives in the crematorium and is very dirty, not at all following the Vedic culture, not at all religious. So the son of Maharaj Prithu, when he saw that he is in some kind of religious vesh, religious attire, although he was stealing the horse of Maharaj Prithu, although he was stealing the horse of Ashwamedha Yajna, although he was doing such a shameful act, but due to some sentimental weakness, the son of Maharaj Prithu who was chasing Indra, he did not kill him. So the whole world thought that if we also put up the dress of Aghori and do all nonsense, like drinking marijuana and all intoxicants and doing all nonsense, then I can also get away with it. So that's how the Apasampradaya of Aghoris came. So if you read that chapter, 3 Veshas Indra takes. I'm not in a mood to discuss all the 3 Veshas today. But all those Apasampradayas Indra only started, just to kidnap the horse of Maharaj Prithu. So third time when the horse was kidnapped, Prithu Maharaj decided enough. Indra is spreading Apasampradayas, all the false religion in the name of so-called religious activity he is spreading. In the name of, for the purpose of stealing the horse, for the purpose of satisfying his envious desire, he is spreading Apasampradaya, he is spreading false religion. Prithu Maharaj was not angry that my yajna is being spoiled. Prithu Maharaj was angry that false religion is being spread, so he decided to kill Indra. And when Prithu Maharaj decides to kill someone, it should be understood that that person is already dead. That is Prithu Maharaj. So, at that time, Lord Brahma intervened and he said that, you please be happy with 99 yajnas. Why do you want to do the 100th one? By doing 100 Ashwamedh yajnas, at the max you can get the position of Indra. But you are a devotee. If you become Indra, you will be stuck in the material world. You should plan to go to Vaikuntha. Why you want to become Indra? Although Prithu Maharaj had no desire to become Indra, but the good thing which he did was, he displayed Snigdha and Saumya nature. In the first canto, Suta Goswami is appreciated by the sages of Naimi Sharanya that why he is the most capable person to speak the Vedic literature, because he had 2 qualities. He was Snigdha and he was Saumya. Srila Prabhupada translates Saumya as pure and simple. One who maintains the purity and one who is not very complicated at heart and mind. Simple. And Snigdha means one who is submissive by nature, surrendered by heart. So those who have these 2 qualities, Saumya and Snigdha, transcendental knowledge becomes, Gyan becomes Vigyan for them. There are so many people who have so much scriptural knowledge, but very few are able to apply it in their life. So when somebody becomes Snigdha and Saumya, their knowledge, their Gyan becomes Vigyan. Then they are able to apply it in their life, and then they are able to feel that transcendental pleasure, transcendental happiness of seva, sadhana. Change of heart happens. They are able to give up the enviousness. They are able to give up the pride. Some people are very proud because they are doing some service to Krishna. So very proud. They are giving some donation, very proud. So that is not expected. So, one who is Snigdha and one who is Saumya, transcendental knowledge becomes their wealth because they are able to apply it and realize it. So at that time when Lord Brahma is coming to explain him, when Maharaj Prithu is very angry and he has taken a vow to kill Indra, at that time Prithu Maharaj displays this Snigdha Saumya nature. Only once Lord Brahma told that you please be happy with 99. He gave up the desire of doing 100. So at that time, because Prithu Maharaj was able to follow the instructions of his superiors, that is Lord Brahma, Lord Vishnu became very pleased with him. And then Lord Vishnu goes and tells Indra that you should make a pact, you should apologize to Maharaj Prithu. What you have done is not good. So both Lord Brahma and Lord Vishnu, they showed more faith. See, both are part and parcels of Krishna. Both are vibhutis of Krishna. Prithu Maharaj is also a vibhuti of Krishna and Indra is also a vibhuti of Krishna. Both are empowered living entities. But both Lord Brahma and Lord Vishnu showed more confidence and more faith in Prithu Maharaj. Brahma and Vishnu, they didn't go to discuss anything with Indra because they know what Indra will say. I have to protect my post, he will say. And he will start giving reasons, he will start defending himself. Arey, I am not wrong, he is only wrong. You are not understanding me. I am doing for betterment of this universe only, all that they will say. Prithu Maharaj did not give any single explanation. Just Lord Brahma told, okay, this is not to be done. He said, okay. You are my teacher, whatever you say, I will follow. So because of that, the Supreme Personality of Godhead showed more faith in Maharaj Prithu than in Indra. And then Maharaj Prithu is praying to the Lord and Lord comes personally to meet him. And simply by looking at Prithu Maharaj, Lord Vishnu is shedding tears because he is so much attracted by the elevated qualities of Maharaj Prithu. The Lord wants to go back, but seeing the elevated qualities of Maharaj Prithu, he is unable to go back. How much he loves his devotee. And at that time, some benedictions the Supreme Lord gives. One of the benedictions is, very soon you will get darshan of liberated souls. That means very soon you will get association of Mahabhagavats. And after that, Maharaj Prithu continues his kingdom, he continues his services, and then in the next chapter, 4 Kumaras. Who are the 4 Kumaras? Now you understood who is Maharaj Prithu? Now, do you know who are 4 Kumaras? 4 Kumaras? Yes? Yes. How many of you don't know, right? How many of you don't know? Just so that I can explain. If everybody knows, then I will not explain. Okay, some people don't know. So 4 Kumaras. Lord Brahma, by the power of his mental energy, and not by the power of sexual union, but by the power of his mental energy, he produced 4 sons, which were the first creation of this universe. That is the 4 Kumaras. In the beginning of the universe, the main occupation was to increase the population of this universe. There are many souls who are waiting to get a body, and somebody should create those bodies so that the souls can come in. Just like right now, what is the most important work in this age of Kali Yuga? What is the most important occupation which intelligent people have? Sorry? Instagram Reels. I'm talking about intelligent people, not about extra intelligent people whose intelligence is stolen away by fallen material desires. Okay. I'm talking about intelligent people, not about those people who have lost the purpose of life. I'm not saying making money is not important, making money is also important, but that is not the highest goal of life. Sorry? Bhakti, yes. What is that verse which talks about intelligent people worshipping Lord Chaitanya in Srimad Bhagavatam? Yes. Yes. Yajanti hi sumedhashah. So those who are intelligent in Kali Yuga, we speak from the Shastra. We don't speak from here and there. So Shastra says, who is an intelligent person in Kali Yuga? Krishna Varnam Tvisha Krishnam Sango Pangastra Parshadam Yagnyahi Sankirtanai Prayair Yajantihi Sumedhashah. In this age of Kali Yuga, Krishna will come again in his supreme spiritual form. Krishna Varnam. But he will not have the blackish complexion, rather he will have a golden complexion. Tvisha Krishnam. Sango Pangastra Parshadam. He will come with his confidential associates, companions, weapons, etc. Yajnai Sankirtanai Prayar. What will he do in this age of Kali Yuga? In Kali Yuga, God does not declare that he is God publicly. Why? Because many people will imitate him. Kali Yuga people are so envious and they are so narrow-minded and they are so much focused on quarrel, hypocrisy and sense gratification that even if the Supreme Personality of Godhead comes in front of them, all they will do is imitate him. Many people will start calling them, already it is happening, but many people will openly start calling themselves, I am God, you should worship me. They will imitate God. So therefore, in Satyug, Treta and Dwapar, the Supreme Personality asserts that yes, I am God. But in Kali Yuga, he does not assert it. So therefore, one of the names of Krishna or God is Tri Yuga. In 3 ages, he accepts that I am God. But in the 4th age, he comes in a hidden incarnation. In Kali Yuga, he comes as a Channa avatar, hidden incarnation. So, Yajnai Sankirtanai Prayar. So, what will this hidden incarnation do? He comes in Kali Yuga and he starts the congregational chanting of the holy name, which is called as Sankirtan. Yajantihi Sumedhashah. But only Sumedhashah, those who are very intelligent, those who are above money making and Instagram reels, only they can identify him. Yes, here is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Although he is not openly declaring himself as God, but by the symptoms and by the characteristics and by the qualities and by the scriptural references, we can identify that he is God. So therefore I will worship him. Yajantihi Sumedhasha. And that personality is Shri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, whom most of us have studied as a saint in the 6th class history chapter, Bhakti movement. We studied about Tukaram, we studied about Mirabai. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was one name. But our history books failed to teach us because the authors of our history books are not Sumedhasha. They could not tell us that this is not just a saint, this is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, which is spoken and verified and referenced in so many scriptures. But even after telling all this, Sumedhasha, only intelligent people will identify. Less intelligent people will say that, there are so many people who are claiming themselves as God. I don't want to name them, but all of you must be having 1 or 2 names in your mind. So that is not God. So, in this age, the most important occupation is Harinam Sankirtan. Chanting the names of Krishna and helping others chant the holy names of Krishna. So anybody who is doing this will be considered a very, very important person. Correct, no? Anybody who is chanting Hare Krishna and helping others chant Hare Krishna will be considered very close to the mission of Mahaprabhu, will be considered a very, very a soldier of Lord Chaitanya Radha. So in the beginning of the creation, the most important work was to increase the population. So anybody who was increasing the population, people like Daksha Prajapati and all, they were considered as superstars. So at that time, why I am telling all this, so that you understand who four Kumaras are. At that time, Lord Brahma, he is beginning the secondary creation, and he is starting to populate the universe. And by the power of his intellectual and mental energy, he creates four sons. Now some people will say this is mythology. ऐसा थोड़ी होता है. This is beyond human intelligence. Just because we cannot create sons by our mental energy does not mean that it is not possible. Brahma's body is made out of intelligence, not of blood vessels and nerves and flesh and skin, intestines. ये सब नहीं. Brahma has an intellectual body. It is beyond our understanding also. It's subtle. Most of the demigod species, people above Bhuvar Loka, they have subtle bodies. We can't see them. If any demigod is here, we can't see them also. So Brahma can do things which are beyond our imagination. So he created the four Kumaras and he ordered them, go and do progeny and populate this universe. Now they decided that we don't want to get stuck up in these family affairs. They are honest, simple and pure. So they decided that the purpose of life is to go back home, back to Godhead. Why to unnecessary, going back to Godhead only is such a difficult task. Why to unnecessarily complicate things? Let's keep things simple. So they told, we will not marry, we will remain brahmacharis and we will put undeviated focus on our mission of going back home, back to Godhead. We will devote our, not just 2 hours on Sunday, but we will devote 24 hours every day to do devotional service to please God. Brahma appreciated that yes, that's true. But abhi requirement hai population ka. So they said, see, the most important thing in life is Krishna consciousness. Other things can happen and will happen on their own. I need not worry about them. Point to be noted here, they put aside the most important work in the universe for chanting Hare Krishna. And they are appreciated. Although Brahma became angry at them, and as a result of Brahma's anger, from the forehead of Brahma, Rudra or Lord Shiva appeared. That is the appearance of Lord Shiva in this universe. But four Kumaras, being elder brothers of Lord Shiva, they continued on the path of undeviated focus on Krishna consciousness. So that is the four Kumaras. Their names are Sanat, Sanatan, Sanandan and Sanak Kumar. Sanatan being the eldermost. So they are the greatest, oldest personalities of this universe. They decided that, they've always wanted to have the body of a 5-year-old child only. Because things become very much complicated when you grow up. It is easy to remain focused when you have a body which is suitable for being focused. So they decided that we'll remain 5, although we are the oldest people in the universe, but we'll remain, we don't want chemical and hormonal imbalances in the body. 5-year-old rahenge bas. Because as you grow up, your bodily consciousness increases. You start thinking, I am a man, I am a woman, I am a king, I am a dog. So they didn't want to be in this bodily consciousness. You see small children playing around. There's no problem in life. You see this child. You compare this child to his father. So much difference. Father's life is so complicated. Child's life is simple. Snigdha Saumya. Pure, simple and submissive. Dependent. If you give breakfast to the child, will the child start packing the breakfast thinking whether father will give lunch or not? That much complication is there in his life? No. He knows, he has simple faith. That father has given breakfast, so he will give lunch also. If he has given lunch, then he will give dinner also. So Kumaras wanted to remain like that. So they retained their 5-year-old body and they continued the process of devotional service. And then they became acharyas. They have a sampradaya of their own, which is called as Nimbarka Sampradaya or Kumar Sampradaya. And just like Brahma has Brahma Sampradaya, Kumaras have Kumar Sampradaya. So as a result of pleasing Lord Vishnu, Prithu Maharaj got the darshan of these 4 Kumaras. Now you don't know who these 4 Kumaras are. If you see them once, your life will become successful. So now have you understood who are 4 Kumaras? You understood who is Maharaj Prithu? Now come back to the concept of preparing mood of Janmashtmi, which we will start now. Please read the purport. Oh, there is no purport only, huh? Wow. तो मैं कैसे choose कर लिया ये वर्स? ठीक है, next verse जाएंगे. While the citizens were thus praying, the most powerful King Prithu, 4 Kumaras who were as bright as the sun. Why the 4 Kumaras are called as bright as the sun? What is this effulgence? Is it fair and handsome, or is it Brahma Tej? Yes, Brahma Tej, spiritual effulgence. This is beyond fair and lovely and all those creams and everything. Everything can go to, has no meaning. Spiritual effulgence. So these 4 Kumaras, they are Naishtik Brahmacharis and they are great Mahabhagavats. So as a result of that, they were as bright as the sun. Now, second verse. Seeing the glowing effulgence of the 4 Kumaras, the masters of all mystic power and his associates could recognize them as they descended from the sky. Purport. The 4 Kumaras herein are described as Siddheshwaran, which means masters of all mystic power. Intelligence becomes strong in 3 ways. Spiritual intelligence. Number 1, when we associate with saintly people, our intelligence becomes strong. Number 2, when we read the scriptures, our intelligence becomes strong. And number 3, when we give up sense gratification and when we practice tapasya, a life of austerity, then the intelligence becomes strong. And when that happens, then one generates many mystic potencies, siddhis, perfections. They can do and see things which is not possible for ordinary people. So such people are called siddhas or siddheshwarans. So the 4 Kumaras are described here as Siddheshwaran, which means masters of all mystic power. One who has attained perfection in yoga practice immediately becomes master of 8 mystic perfections. What are they? To become smaller than the smallest, to become lighter than the lightest, to become bigger than the biggest, and to achieve anything one desires, to control everything, etc. How many of you would like to have at least one of them? Especially this one looks very interesting, no? To control everything. Or to achieve anything which one desires. Let me tell you, even if you get these siddhis, you will not be happy in life. Who can tell me? Suppose, you want pomegranates. Afghanistan pomegranates are very famous. If you have not eaten pomegranates from Afghanistan, half your human life is wasted. So let's say if you want pomegranates from Afghanistan, you have this prakamya siddhi, you just think like this. Ding. Pomegranates, fresh pomegranates, broken from a tree with the leaves and with the juice dripping, without pesticide. वो थोड़ा challenge है, वो प्रकाम्य सिद्धि को भी नहीं मिलेगा शायद आजकल. There is no hope. So, but that is what you can do. In one of the lectures, Srila Prabhupada says that he has seen such a person who came to his house, and Srila Prabhupada told him, I want pomegranates from Afghanistan. So that person, he meditated and he said, go to the next room, the pomegranates are kept. And he went, pomegranates were there. And as a child, Srila Prabhupada ate it also. He tells in one of the morning walks. So how many of you would like to have such siddhis? Prakam siddhi, to be able to control someone's mind. It's very nice, no? Vashita siddhi. You just get out of your bed and you find a tiger, you control the tiger's mind. Come here. And then you sit on the tiger. And then you start moving around. And some people take your photo. Chick. And they put on the bus, autos and Instagram. And then for the next 500 years you are worshipped. Vashita siddhi. This reminds me of one of the... Hey, what's the time, man? I have to prepare mood for Janmashtmi. Okay, I will not get into this siddhi discussion. Okay. So any one of you would, if you are tempted by these siddhis, let me tell you, this is not what you want in life. People with these siddhis, they are also spiritually starving. Because Chaitanya Charitamrita says, Bhukti Mukti Siddhi Kami Sakale Ashant Krishna Bhakti Nishkam Atayeva Shant. Those who want sense gratification, those who want liberation, and those who have got this Ashtasiddhis, all of them are Ashant because they still have so much hankering in their heart. Sakale Ashant. Krishna Bhakta Nishkam. Because Krishna, a devotee of Lord Krishna, has desires only to please Guru and Krishna, so therefore he is the only person, he or she is the only person who is peaceful and happy in life. So, while they were coming to Maharaj Prithu from other planets, they did not come by airplane but personally. So one of the siddhis is that they can go anywhere they want without any Uber cab or without any Sputnik. There is no concept of traffic. Traffic is meant for those people who are papis. Getting stuck in traffic is also one pap karma. Don't blame others. You are the traffic. Why curse others? So they came from another planet to this planet just like that, flying in the sky. In other words, these four Kumaras were also spacemen who could travel in space without machines. Now again, this is something which we have not seen, so we will say, oh, it is not possible, it is mythology. So that is not the case. Srila Prabhupada says, Dr. Frog philosophy. He explains that if there is a frog who has always lived in the well, and if there is a frog who comes from the ocean, and if he tries to explain that the ocean is much bigger than the well, how much can that well frog imagine? He will say, oh, it's bigger than the well. It is nonsense. I have never seen anything bigger than this well. So because I have not seen anything bigger than this well, so therefore your definition of ocean is mythology. So that is how Srila Prabhupada puts it. So the residents of the planet known as Siddhaloka can travel in outer space from one planet to another without vehicles. However, the special power of the four Kumaras mentioned herewith is that, listen, whatever place they went would immediately become sinless. During the reign of Maharaj Prithu, everything on the surface of this globe was sinless. Therefore, the Kumaras decided to see the king. Now, this is paradox. Please read. Many of you didn't pay attention. The special power of the Kumaras mentioned here is that whatever place they would go would immediately become sinless. Understood? During the reign of Maharaj Prithu, everything on this surface of the globe was sinless. Therefore, the Kumaras decided to see the king. Ordinarily, they do not go to any planet which is sinful. Now, what is this? What is this discussion? It is being said the Kumaras, wherever they go, by their presence, by their auspicious presence, the place becomes sinless. But they go only to those places which are sinless. How to understand? How to resolve this? Why do you think Prabhupada wrote like this? Prabhupada was like not slept from last 4-5 days, so नींद में 1-2 line slip हो गया है शायद. Then tell me, it's a discussion. Whichever place they go, it immediately becomes sinless. However, they do not go to places which are not sinless. That is why in Kali Yuga, these interplanetary space travel has stopped actually. All the demigods, all the siddhas, they don't come to this planet Earth because this planet has become very sinful. For instance, if there is a place which is very dirty, very foul smell, stool, urine all spread around, will you go to that place? No, because you are a clean person. Now just take this external cleanliness to cleanliness of heart and mind. If you belong to a place where everything is very pure, would you like to come to earth? That is why in Kali Yuga, these interplanetary space travels have stopped. And people say sub-mythology. Are you able to understand what I am trying to say? So during the reign of Maharaj Prithu, there was no meat eating, no gambling, no illicit sex and no intoxication. It was a pure place. So the four Kumaras were coming. But my question to all of you who are listening, if you are listening, that how to resolve this paradox. It is said that wherever they go, that place becomes sinless, but they only go to those places which are sinless. How to understand? कुछ तो बोलिए. Break the ice.
So the place where at least people are trying to be towards Krishna consciousness, they're not doing something very empathically or purposefully. At least some try, some people get into.
Yes. Yes, I think you're right. Although the four Kumaras have the potency to immediately eradicate the sins of any place, but they also have some standard. They go to some decency should be there to invite them. Do you follow? You cannot say that, oh, come, this is a gambling casino. Four Kumaras, you are welcome here. Anyways, आप आएंगे तो सब sinless हो जाएगा. Four Kumaras will never go. So this means that if we want pure people, we should become qualified to invite them first. The people who practice this Krishna consciousness, they should be pure enough to go to any place and purify that place. However, if we tend to invite them, if we have a desire to invite them, we should come up to a particular standard also. This is what it means. Seeing the four Kumaras, Prithu Maharaj was greatly anxious to receive them. Therefore, the king with all his officers very hastily got up, as anxiously as a conditioned soul whose senses are immediately attracted by the modes of material nature. So all of us, we have something in our life, if we see automatically there, we'll run towards it. It is different for different people. So how we react when we see such a thing? Immediately we want it. Some people are closing their eyes and imagining it, right? How did you imagine? So, Prithu Maharaj, a Shaktyavesh avatar, on seeing the four Kumaras, he very hastily got up, anxiously. The example of a conditioned soul whose senses are immediately attracted. This example is given because Ved Vyas knows that we will be able to relate to this example. Purport. In the Bhagavad Gita it is said, Prakrite kriyamanani gunai karmani sarvashah ahankara vimudhatma kartaham iti manyate. Every conditioned soul is influenced by a particular mixture of the modes of material nature. As such, the conditioned soul is attracted to certain types of activity which he is forced to perform because he is completely under the influence of material nature. Hence, here, Prithu Maharaj is compared to such a conditioned soul not because he was a conditioned soul but because he was so anxious to receive the Kumaras that it was as if without them he would have lost his life. So what do we learn by this behavior of Prithu Maharaj? I am discussing the culture of respect. We are preparing mood for Janmashtmi by cultivating culture of respect for each other and others also. So what do we learn from this behavior of Maharaj Prithu? He saw the four Kumaras. You see, Prithu Maharaj in the same way could not restrain himself from receiving the four Kumaras who were bright by the dint of their spiritual progress. And thus, Not only he himself, but his officers and associates all received the four Kumaras. It is said, birds of a feather flock together. In this world, everyone is attracted by a person of the same category. A drunkard is attracted to persons who are also drunkards. Similarly, a saintly person is attracted by other saintly persons. Prithu Maharaj was in the topmost position of spiritual advancement. And as such, he was attracted by the four Kumaras who were in the same category. It is said, therefore, that a man is known by the company, by his company, not your IT company, but the friend circle, the association which you have. So, what do you learn from this behavior? How do you apply it in your life? How do you use this to prepare your mood for Janmashtmi? I am not talking about Vasudeva and Devaki and Vasudeva sacrificing his 6 sons. All that we will never understand also. Let's understand the basics. What do you understand from this culture of respect? Let me put the question more straightforward. What is the advantage which one gets by practicing this culture of respect? What do you get when you offer respect to others? Sorry? रिस्पेक्ट देंगे तो रिस्पेक्ट मिलेगा. ये तो थोड़ा आई वॉन्ट एवरीबडी टू रिस्पेक्ट मी बट नोबडी इज रिस्पेक्टिंग मी. व्हाट टू डू टू गेट रिस्पेक्ट? ठीक है, चलो दे देते हैं. ओके, चलो एक्सेप्टेड, बट दैट इज नॉट अ गुड रीजन टू गिव रिस्पेक्ट. यू आर नॉट एडवांसिंग स्पिरिचुअली बाय दैट रीजन, एंड दैट रिस्पेक्ट विल ऑल्सो बी आर्टिफिशियल. I am giving you respect because you should give me respect. मजा नहीं आएगा. Tell me, what do you get by respecting others? Why giving respect to each other is very important, especially while Janmashtmi and Janmashtmi services are involved? One second, I got 2 answers. Number 1 was pride is crushed, and number 2 was humility will develop. Okay, both of you explain how. If I give respect to others, how my pride will be crushed?
Because normally in this stage people don't want to give respect to others. Just by controlling that desire of not giving respect to others, try to give respect to someone, and in a way purify pride.
Yes, okay. I only want to be respected. I don't want to respect anybody. So when I practice this principle of giving respect to others, then my ego or my pride will slowly, gradually get crushed. Okay, good. This is leading to spiritual advancement. If I am able to give respect to others. Yes, what you said? Humility. How will humility develop if I give respect to others? Same answer. But कितना humble बनेंगे? Sometime my real nature will come out, no? I need some higher reason or some stronger reason, the reason which I cannot refuse.
Lord decides in everyone's heart, so we should try to see that.
Oh. Everybody is, I don't like the face of this person. Just example. And I want to give you a nice drill. But before that I am thinking my Lord resides in his heart. So let me not...
No, Lord resides in everyone's heart. So,
Yes.
If you have a place for Lord, so you will be respecting everyone.
Yeah, that's what I am trying to say, Mataji. Suppose I am respecting everybody, one person I don't respect. So if I don't respect, I will disrespect. But when I am going to disrespect, at that time I am thinking, the Lord whom I am worshipping, whom I am chanting, resides in this person's heart. So let me respect him. Very nice. This is a very nice motivation if we can practice. Tell me more. What do you gain by this culture of respect? Yes, Mataji. Yes, when we give respect to others, that will please the Lord. When we give respect to others, the anger goes away. Huh?
At least enviousness
Meet me in Janmashtmi. We'll work in a same department, huh? I will do something, I'll force you to be angry on me. Then I'll see how much you respect. See, you see what Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says for this verse. You'll be quite interested that giving respect has got something to do with your health also. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is telling, when elders approach, the life airs of the young move upwards out of the body. When an elder or a superior or a higher personality approaches you, let's say you are younger, then your life airs move upwards out of your body. Pranavayu, Udan, Aman, Apan, 5 kinds of pranavayus, everything moves up. By standing up in respect and greeting the elders, the life airs return inside the body. This is from Mahabharata. Thus, if one does not rise up when elders approach, one's lifespan decreases. ये हुआ ना कुछ real motivation. I want to live longer, so let me respect others. So Prithu's eagerness is shown by example. The jiva follows after sense objects like smell. I mean, that's an example. So yes, this is the culture of respect. When you give respect to others, not only at the metaphysical, but at the physical level also, you get benefit. Your lifespan increases. So what does it mean that if some superior person is coming and I'm not respecting them, what does it mean? Lifespan is reducing. Yes, that's true. That is why, all the acharyas, they have given so much impetus on obeisances. Srila Prabhupada had a rule. He is the acharya, so he always liked hot rotis. So when he is eating, rotis will be made parallelly. So the principle was, this I have read from various books, that the person who brings in the roti will come, will offer the roti, then offer obeisances, then go. Then again Srila Prabhupada will ring the bell, another roti will come, he will put the roti in the plate, hot roti. In ISKCON only one thing is allowed to be puffed up, that is rotis. Other than rotis, nothing should be puffed up in ISKCON. Anything else is puffed up, people will take the social responsibility of removing the puffed upness. Only rotis they don't take responsibility. But that these days roti is also not puffed up in many places. What is it? Thanda roti milta. So they would come, they would put the roti, hot puffed up roti, offer obeisances and go. Once Garg Muni Prabhu, he was there in a room where Srila Prabhupada was coming and everybody was offering obeisances. And Garg Muni Prabhu told, Prabhupada, I don't feel like offering obeisances. बहुत ही loaded बात है भाई. Feeling नहीं आ रहा कैसे करते हैं? I don't feel like offering obeisances, pa. I don't want to do respect. मन से आएगा तभी ना करेंगे. Prabhupada, you do something so that I feel like offering obeisances. Prabhupada said, you start offering obeisances, then feeling will come. And he did that, and then he went on to get initiated, and so much service he did. So it is very, very important that we offer this respect. In another place, when Srila Prabhupada was coming, everybody was offering obeisances except one disciple. And Srila Prabhupada commented, that is the beginning of his downfall. And that happened actually. It came true. It is a very serious thing. So therefore in the Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna also says, Man mana bhav mad bhakto mad yaji maam namaskuru. Offer obeisances to me, think of me, worship me and become my devotee. So when we do this, we progress. Every time when you offer obeisances to a superior, one chunk or one piece of your false ego or one piece of your lust or one piece of your anarthas breaks and goes away forever to never return. So therefore Raghunath Das Goswami, a great acharya, he had a rule that he would do 1000 obeisances every day to various devotees and deities, etc. He had a rule. And simply by offering obeisances, he attained perfection. So everything is... Now, what more you get by offering respect? Tell me more. One is lifespan, other is change of heart. What more? Tell me something very, very basic. When you offer respect, do you get blessings? Why nobody is saying that? Blessings are not important in your life. हम लोग साधना सिद्ध हैं, हमको कृपा नहीं चाहिए. What is your name? My name is Sadhana Siddha Swami. We all need mercy. Without mercy, we have no hope in our life. So when we offer obeisances to our superiors, our elders, our acharyas, our spiritual masters, the deities, automatically we get blessings. That is why in the Bhagavad Gita it says, Tad vidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya. Upadekshanti te jnanam jnaninas tattva darshina. The truth about the Supreme Personality of Godhead will be revealed to you when you offer obeisances and do service to a personality who is close to Krishna. So it is very important to offer obeisances. Now, till now we are discussing about offering obeisances and giving respects to elders. But my problem is that I am surrounded almost by my peers and my subordinates. They are not respecting me. What to do? In Janmashtmi, I am only surrounded by my peers and by subordinates. Not everybody is offering obeisances, Prabhu. I am worried about their lifespan. How to handle this? We are talking about the culture of respect. It's easy to respect our superiors, but it's a trap to expect respect from juniors and peers. So how to handle this? What's the standard protocol here? Don't expect respect. Trinadapi suniche. But always give respect. But should we give respect to our subordinates also? बताओ, सबॉर्डिनेट्स को भी रिस्पेक्ट करने बोल रहे हैं. मैं अपना सुपीरियर का ही रिस्पेक्ट नहीं कर पा रहा हूँ ठीक से. My ego is not allowing me to offer obeisances to my superior. How will I give obeisances to my subordinates? It's like very impractical, always in the books only. How to handle this paradox? How to resolve this? These are just said, but not easy to do. So you will get hint how to offer respect in the book Nectar of Instruction. Respect has to be offered in various degrees. Rupa Goswami says in the 5th verse of Nectar of Instruction that anybody who is chanting Hare Krishna, one should offer respect to them mentally. You should accept he is a devotee. Anybody who has become snigdha and saumya, one who has become pure and simple, that is saumya, and submissive to their spiritual masters and superiors. Anybody who has become snigdha and saumya and has received spiritual initiation, not just in name, but in actually in their sadachar and vyavhar, and they are actually engaged to fully dedicate their time to serve their spiritual master, and they are engaged in worshipping the deities. To such a person, we should offer respects physically. Dandot maro usko. And a person who has lost the propensity to find faults and criticize others, that means that person is only thinking about how I can improve myself. To such a person, we should take association. These are the 3 different levels of respect which Rupa Goswami says. 1, you mentally honor, mentally respect them if they are chanting. Second, if somebody is snigdha and saumya in the service of their spiritual masters, then one should offer physical dandavats to them. And third, if a person has lost the propensity to criticize others, he is strict with himself and lenient with others, then with such a person we should take association, we should become a servant of that person. These are the 3 different levels of respect. Another verse in Srimad Bhagavatam says, Gunadhikan mudam lipset anukrosham gunadhaman maitrim samanat anviched natapayar abhibhuyate. How to give respect to the three different classes of people. So it says, Gunadhikan mudam lipset. Whenever we meet someone who is more superior to us in spiritual qualification or any qualification for that matter. But this is a spiritual discussion, so let's stick to spiritual. When we meet a person superior to us, we should become very happy and we should offer our obeisances. Gunadhikan mudam. Anukrosham gunadhamat. How to give, if we meet a person who is not as advanced as us or as superior as us, how to give respect to them? By becoming compassionate towards them and uplift them by giving them right support and guidance. Anukrosham gunadhamat. And maitrim samanat anvichet. When I meet a person who is equal to me, then I should become a selfless friend of that person. You know what is friendship? We should become a selfless friend of people who are equal to me. Na tapayar abhibhuyate. Abhi, anybody who practices these three principles, this is the way to deal with superiors, peers and juniors. And anybody who conducts their life in this way, na tapayar abhibhuyate. In this material world, they have no miseries. They have no kleshas. They have no headache. How many of you want to have no miseries? Please raise your hand. So this is the culture of respect which you have to practice. Why I am laying so much stress on all this? Because you see what Maharaj Prithu is doing. When he saw the four Kumaras, he started behaving as if he has got a heart attack. And he's running to welcome. And who these four Kumaras are? These four Kumaras, they don't look like Amitabh Bachchan or Narendra Modi. They are naked 5-year-old boys coming. Kaun puchta hai? If a small child comes and runs and goes away, anybody will care. You should see in the 4th canto Bhagavatam the photo of the Maharaj Prithu washing the legs of the four Kumaras. They are made to sit on a golden throne and their legs are on the throne only, like they are not reaching the floor also. And Maharaj Prithu is washing the leg like this. And then he is sprinkling that water on his head. So, culture of respect. It's very easy to talk big things, but these are simple things. When you respect someone, automatically you will think how to benefit that person. Is it not? If I respect you, when I am talking to you or when I am dealing with you, I will always think that whatever I should do, it should help. It should be of some benefit. It should be of some value. When you respect, when you value, when you think about the welfare, then automatically enviousness will go away. And you will get so much blessings, your relationship will improve, you will become more selfless, you will become more compassionate, but everything starts with this culture of respect. So when we come to the platform of culture of respect, then we will become actually Krishna conscious. And then we become qualified to discuss Krishna Leela. Otherwise, it's very difficult. What happened? Last verse of this section. When the great sages accepted their reception according to the instructions of the Shastras, and finally took the seats offered by the king, influenced by the glories of the sages, immediately bowed down. Thus he worshipped the four Kumaras. Somehow the display is not coming. Okay. You see the section which I have highlighted. This means that Maharaj Prithu also strictly followed the injunctions of the Shastra in receiving a spiritual master or Acharya of the transcendental disciplic succession. Whenever an Acharya is seen, one should immediately bow down before him. Prithu Maharaj did this properly, therefore the words used here are prashrayanata kandharaha. Out of humility, he bowed down before the four Kumaras. In one of the later verses, Srila Prabhupada highlights the concept of giving respect to He talks about how I don't know if I'm able to find or not. Yeah, see this 10th verse. This is very applicable to all of us. A person who is not very rich and is attached to the family life becomes highly glorified when saintly persons are present in his home. The masters and servants who are engaged in offering the exalted visitors water, a sitting place, and paraphernalia for reception are glorified, and the home itself is also glorified. See the purport. Materially, if a man is not very rich, he is not glorious. And spiritually, if a man is too attached to family life, he is also not glorious. So, materially, if you have to become glorious, what you should do? Sorry? No, become rich. And spiritually, if you want to become glorious, what you should do? थोड़ा डिफिकल्ट है लेकिन बोल दो, प्रभुपाद लिखे हैं, कोई बोल ही नहीं रहा यार. तो नेक्स्ट पर्पट चलिए. Yes, what you should do if you want to become spiritually glorious? Yes, you have to develop some detachment. But saintly persons are quite ready to visit the house of a poor man or a man who is attached to material family life. When this happens, the owner of the house and the servants are glorified because they offer the water for washing the feet of a saintly person, sitting places and other things to receive him. The conclusion is that if a saintly person goes to the house of even an unimportant man, such a person becomes glorious by his blessings. It is therefore the Vedic system that a householder invites saintly person in his home to receive his blessings. This system is still current in India, and therefore saintly persons wherever they go are hosted by the householders, who in turn get an opportunity to receive transcendental knowledge. It is the duty of a sannyasi therefore to travel everywhere just to favor the householders who are generally ignorant of the values of spiritual life. It may be argued that all householders are not very rich, and that one cannot receive saintly persons or preachers because they are always accompanied by the disciples. You see the example which Prabhupada gives. If a householder is to receive a saintly person, he has to receive the entourage also. It is shared in the Shastras that Durvasa Muni was always accompanied by 60,000 disciples. कौन host करेगा रे बाबा? Sorry, आप अपना यहाँ देख लीजिए. People will, and that if there was, and that too, if there was little discrepancy in reception, Durvasa Muni would be very angry and sometimes curse the host also. बताओ एक तो इतना मैसेज रिसीव किए, कर्ज भी मिल गया. The fact is, listen, the fact is that every householder, regardless of his position or economic condition, can at least receive the saintly guests with great devotion and offer them drinking water. वो तो सब लोग कर सकते हैं. For drinking water is always available. I mean, in Bangalore still it is available. In India, the custom is that even an ordinary person is offered a glass of water if he suddenly visits, and one cannot offer him foodstuff. If there is no water, sir, मेरे पास पानी भी नहीं है, 60,000 disciples को कैसे पिलाएंगे? So if there is no water, then one can offer a sitting place, even if it is on straw mats. And if one has no straw mat, then he can immediately cleanse the ground and ask the guests to sit there. Supposing that a householder cannot even do that, then with folded hands he can simply receive the guests saying Swagatam. And if he cannot do that also, then he should feel very sorry for his poor condition and shed tears and simply offer obeisances with his whole family, wife and children. In this way he can satisfy any guest, even if the guest is a saintly person or a king. So why this culture of respect is very important? Because it helps us to become civilized in life. These days this Blinkit, Swiggy culture is there. They keep coming to our houses. We never ask them to sit down. We never give them a glass of water. They also don't expect. In fact, they will doubt, पानी पिला रहा है. Probably he will not give me my full money. See, the culture has become so bad now that even if you will offer a glass of water, they will be in doubt. Why he is giving me water, man? Things are so bad. So in this Janmashtmi, we should not do like this. Everybody, we should talk nicely, offer them a seat, give them prasadam, give them water, make them feel welcomed. The whole world is suffering. A little bit of culture, little bit of Vedic culture will win the hearts of even an enemy. Look at Bhishma Pitama. Arrows are shot all over his body. He cannot even raise his hands. But even when the Pandavas and Lord Krishna and other great personalities like Vishwamitra are coming to meet him on his deathbed, still he is welcoming him. How? Through words. And he is expressing his sad situation that I cannot welcome all of you, but at least with my words, let me welcome you. So this is called culture of respect. I am not talking something very big, and I am not demanding that, you should become spiritually elevated before this Janmashtami comes. No. Just to superiors, to equals, and to subordinates, offer respect. This will please, like Mataji was telling, this will sufficiently please Krishna. Okay? Are we ready to prepare our mood for Janmashtami? ज़्यादा तो नहीं है, respect करना एक दूसरे का. Mataji told respect देंगे तो respect मिलेगा. So these are various reasons. Now, one more verse I want to discuss, which is just not even a Bhagavatam verse, it is a Bhagavad Gita verse, which talks about actually becoming Krishna conscious. How many of you want to actually become Krishna conscious? Not just joke. Actually Krishna conscious? Okay. Please open to Srimad Bhagavad Gita, chapter 2, shloka number, I don't remember, 1 second. 2.59? Yeah. 2.59. And this is a very important note at which we will conclude today. Vishya vinivartante niraharasya dehinah rasavarjam rasopyasya param drishtva nivartate. Translation. Though embodied, the soul may be restricted from sense enjoyment. The taste of the sense object remains. But ceasing such engagements by experiencing a higher taste, he is fixed in consciousness. This is the struggle of every sadhaka. I told in the beginning that spiritual intelligence becomes strong by three things. What were the three things? Looks like very spiritually intelligent people are here. Koi sunai. Association of? Okay. Reading Shastra. Krishna Prasad. Wow. Third reason which I told, or third importance, or third method which I told was cutting down sense gratification and engaging in a life of tapasya. That makes you intelligent. Sense gratification makes you stupid. There is a session which I often give. Cupid made me stupid. Have I given to you? One day I will, if time permits. So the more sense gratification we do, the less intelligent we become. We become dull, dumb, headed. And the more tapasya you do, that means the more you reject sense gratification, voluntary discomfort taken for the purpose of advancing in Krishna consciousness, it makes you spiritually intelligent. However, there is a struggle. I may restrict myself from sense enjoyment, but मन से वो taste नहीं जाता है bro. Even after 12 years of doing this, still वो taste रह गया है प्रभु जी. So the solution is, by ceasing such engagements, one has to experience higher taste. अब higher taste कहाँ मिलेगा? How will I become fixed in consciousness? So the solution is there in the purport of Srila Prabhupada, which I want to share with all of you. This is preparation of our mood for Janmashtmi, because until unless you get a higher taste, you and me cannot understand the pastimes of Devaki, Vasudeva, Nanda, Yashoda, Krishna, Balram, friends of Krishna and gopis. We cannot understand all that. It is meant for those people for whom sense gratification is not a problem. Our life is a tale of absurdity. Bhog tyag, bhog tyag, bhog tyag. Sense gratification किए, frustrate हुए, छोड़े, त्याग किए. But अब मिस कर रहे हैं उसी sense gratification. फिर से भोग किए, फिर से त्याग किए, फिर से भोग किए, फिर से त्याग किए. That is our life story. Correct or not? At least I am telling my life story. Some Siddheshwarans are sitting here. They will be like, neophyte. How to give respect to such a person, yaar, who is like bhog tyag mein phasa hua hai. So, no, honestly speaking, we are all struggling with bhoga and tyag. Because we are finding it very difficult to get a higher taste in a sustainable way. So Srila Prabhupada's purport, it tells us how to get that higher taste so that we can permanently give up this bhog tyag business and we will become qualified. First of all, we learned the culture of respect and then we got a higher taste. Now we are qualified to discuss, relish and meditate upon Krishna Leela. So you see this purport. Unless one is transcendentally situated, it is not possible to cease from sense enjoyment. Qualification to give up sense enjoyment is this. The process of restriction from sense enjoyment by rules and regulations is something like restricting a diseased person from certain types of eatables. Suppose you have food poisoning. So the doctor will tell you only fruits. What will happen? It is written here. The patient, however, neither likes such restrictions nor loses his tastes for the eatables. The patient will think like, ठीक है, चलो 1 week I will eat papaya so that I can eat chole bhature next week. This is called sense gratification in the mode of goodness. Karmis have this mentality. Karmis, they have this mentality that in this life I will say no to all sense gratification. I will do tapasya so that next life I will do proper sense gratification. By the scriptures you will understand that the sense gratification which is done in higher planetary systems is 10,000 times better and more sustainable than what we do in planet Earth. Idiots aspire for sense gratification on earth. Because sense gratification है भी नहीं. You can't even do sense gratification. How much chole bhature can you eat, you tell? 3, 4? उसके बाद टॉयलेट. Don't laugh, that is the reality. आजकल का मैदा जिससे बनाता जो, who can survive all that? No, I'm not joking. You see, if you want to do sense gratification, first of all, you have limited capacity. And Krishna has told, ye hi samparsha jab hoga, dukkha yonaya evate. When your senses and sense object combine, in future, dukkha will come. What sense gratification you can do? You cannot do any sense gratification. However, in higher planetary systems, you can do lots of sense gratification. Demigods, they don't suffer from indigestion. They can eat 1,000 chole bhatures and still be tip top. However, you will realize that even by doing that much sense gratification, we are reading about Indra, we are reading about other demigods, they are not happy in life. They have so many problems. So the real solution is to get a higher taste and completely give up sense gratification. How to do that? Srila Prabhupada is talking. The patient, however, neither likes such restrictions nor loses his taste for eatables. Similarly, sense restriction by some spiritual process like Ashtanga Yoga in the matter of Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyan is recommended for less intelligent persons who have no better knowledge. I hope no yogis are sitting here. पूरा insult कर रहा है. But one who has tasted the beauty of the Supreme Lord Krishna in the course of his advancement in Krishna consciousness has no longer taste for dead material things. Therefore, restrictions are there for less intelligent neophytes in the spiritual advancement of life. But such restrictions are only good until one has a taste for Krishna consciousness. Now see this last line, which is the essence of today's discussion. When one is actually Krishna conscious, he automatically loses his taste for pale things. Please listen again. When one is actually Krishna conscious, he automatically loses his taste for pale things. Now I would like to have a 5-minute discussion with all of you. What does it mean to become actually Krishna conscious, or how to actually become Krishna conscious in my present state of existence, so that I can lose this taste? So many problems of my life will be solved if I lose taste for these pale things. Is it or not? Is it correct or not? How much headache will be solved, how much miseries and how much embarrassment will be solved if we just give up this lower taste. Am I correct? Are we not completely frustrated? We are frustrated to such a degree that we don't know what to do. So therefore we make a great deal out of it by posting images on Instagram, Facebook. You see, I am doing sense gratification. Live life king size. Arey kahe ka king? People sometimes they write, no? Living life king size. Queen size, queen size, sub size. So what does it mean to become actually Krishna conscious? It's a very big thing actually, This one single line is the solution of all our problems. When one is actually Krishna conscious, he automatically loses his taste for pale things. My question to all of you, how to actually become Krishna conscious? See, those of you who are not chanting Hare Krishna, I'm sorry I'm speaking like this. Those who are not chanting Hare Krishna, those who are not regular to the association of devotees, those who do not relish reading Bhagavad Gita, just listen to all this. It will not help you much. It is very simple. Those who are not chanting Hare Krishna, this line is a dream for you in this life and probably in the next 100 lives. कुछ नहीं होगा. सुनो, प्रसाद लो, घर जाओ. My question is to those people, let me be very honest and sincere, who are chanting Hare Krishna regularly, who have some taste in devotee association, who are reading the Shastra and who are relishing the process of Krishna consciousness. This discussion is for them. When one is actually Krishna conscious, he automatically loses his taste for pale things. What does it mean?
In one line, if you say, talk Krishna, listen Krishna, chant Krishna.
Talk Krishna, listen Krishna, chant Krishna. Very good. Think Krishna also.
That is listen to Krishna.
Yes.
Listen, talk Krishna.
Let me explain to everybody from an example which everybody will understand. Everybody likes these days Virat Kohli. I don't know. I'm hearing. Correct no? कुछ लोग बोल रहे हैं नहीं. Whom does everybody like these days? Tell me one person. Virat Kohli. Somebody is telling Virat Kohli is okay. Virat Kohli is okay, no? Mataji's have approved. Prabhuji's. Any figure which both Mataji's and Prabhuji's like. I will make a very solid point so that you will understand what it means to be actually Krishna conscious. Give me a name fast. बहुत लोग हेमा मालिनी सोच रहे होंगे, but how to say हेमा मालिनी? बोल नहीं सकते ना, लेकिन Let's take Narendra Modi. Is that fine? सब लोग थोड़ा आजकल फिगर है. So let's say if you are going to the market to purchase vegetables, what does it mean to become Narendra Modi conscious while purchasing vegetables?
Narendra Modi bag.
You'll take a Narendra Modi bag. Very good. Publicity करेंगे नरेंद्र मोदी का. Next, what can you do? Sorry? Buy from the local vendors. देखो नरेंद्र मोदी conscious. Make in India. No. है क्या ऐसा? ठीक है चलो. No plastic bags. नमो नमो. और बोलिए. हाँ. डिजिटल पेमेंट करेंगे, यूपीआई में करेंगे, नो कैश पेमेंट्स. नरेंद्र मोदी कॉन्शियस. व्हाट एल्स कैन यू डू? Put his badge. Very good. Anything else? Let's say Narendra Modi is coming to our center and we are going to purchase vegetables for him so that we can make prasad for him. What does it mean to become Narendra Modi conscious while buying and making prasad? Whatever vegetables he likes, only those vegetables we will purchase, and those vegetables only we will cook, and that we will offer to him. Correct, no? Anything else which you can do? Yes?
You can ask him what kind of taste he likes.
हाँ, बस आप खिलाने के बाद आज कैसा लगा, अच्छा लगा या नहीं लगा, नेक्स्ट टाइम और अच्छा बनाएंगे. So you see how your consciousness is completely absorbed in Narendra Modi. While going to market, you want to do publicity of Narendra Modi. You want to always make UPI payment because that is what he told to do. You want to buy only from the local vendors because that's what he likes. You want to cook only those vegetables because that is what he likes. Same things you do for Krishna. That is called becoming actually Krishna conscious. From today when you go to market, wear the Janmashtmi badge. So you have to understand what Krishna likes and do that. When you are going to market, what do you think Krishna will like when you are going to market to purchase vegetables? One activity which you can do which will please Krishna. Tell me, it's an activity. We are going to market to purchase, not Swiggy or Blinkit, order nahi kar rahe hain babu. We are actually going to purchase. What you can do in this act of purchasing vegetables, cooking vegetables, buying vegetables, going to market to purchase, what you can do in this so that you can please Krishna. Please tax your IT brains and tell me. Okay, kya? First of all, we will buy only sattvic vegetables. That means no onion, no garlic, no all that masala and all. Very good. This is called actually being Krishna. Because Krishna doesn't like it. Correct, no? Yes, next, yes?
Many times we say, please, thank you, instead of that we can say,
Hare Krishna, vegetable seller ko Hare Krishna bolenge. Very good. This will please Krishna, no? Very nice. Yes. Whomever we meet, do you think this will please Krishna? Krishna is listening now that Mataji is going and she went to purchase vegetable to vegetable seller. He told that Janmashtmi, she's talking about my birthday. How do you think Krishna will like it or not? Yes. Prabhuji told everything has to be taken fresh. Do you think it will please Krishna? Yes. Take fresh things, best things and serve to Krishna. What else can you do? Donations, yes. Everything requires Lakshmi. It's easy to give away everything, but not Lakshmi. As long as Lakshmi is not involved, I'll give you the culture of respect. Yeah, it's a hard-earned thing, and we are attached to it. If we give away what we are attached to for the service of Krishna, we overcome our attachment. Do you think when we overcome our attachments and rise in spiritual life, that will please Krishna? What else can be done? I'm just talking about vegetable purchasing and cooking. I'm not talking about your whole day. I'm not talking about your whole life. Basically, the essence is whatever you do, you should ask this question to yourself. I should ask this question to myself. Is this going to please Krishna or not? Is this going to please the devotees of Krishna or not? Is this going to please Prabhupada or not? Is it as per the instructions of Krishna in Bhagavad Gita or not? If my consciousness is always like this, that I have to please Guru, Krishna, devotees of Krishna, I have to live my life as per the Bhagavad Gita, I am actually Krishna conscious. And you see this line. When one is actually Krishna conscious, he automatically loses taste for pale things. Now my problem is, I am Krishna conscious only for 3 hours in a day. Remaining 21 hours I am Instagram conscious or whatever else consciousness. So to become actually Krishna conscious in a balanced way, go on increasing your thought process about Krishna, your speech about Krishna, your memory about Krishna, your reading about Krishna, your chanting about Krishna, everything, talking, whatever he told. You go on increasing everything which you do. When you are having bath also, that time also you think, how can I please Krishna by having bath? That when I am putting water, I will chant Hare Krishna. When I am working, how can I please Krishna? When I am sleeping, how can I please Krishna? How can you please Krishna by sleeping, Baba? Batao. Sleep on time. Perfect answer. If you don't sleep on time, you cannot wake up in the Brahma Muhurta. And what happens when you sleep late and get up early? Tell me. Huh? Full chanting will be disturbed. Before chanting, what will be disturbed? Stomach clearance will be disturbed. As a result of that, whole day will be disturbed. No, I'm talking normal sense. Those who have constipation, they cannot give culture of respect to anybody. जिसका मूड ही खराब है सुबह से, they will feel frustrated. That is why Krishna said, Yuktahara viharasya. One who sleeps on time, one who gets up on time, only he can practice Krishna consciousness. If at 10:30 p.m. in the night you are eating a burger, and then you are sleeping by 11:30 and your alarm is of 3:45 a.m. in the morning, what Krishna consciousness you will practice? So if you want to please Krishna by sleeping, if you want to have a Krishna conscious sleep, after 8 p.m. try to wind up your screen exposure. 9 p.m. you please be near the bed. Try to write some reflections or try to read some Bhaktivinoda Thakur's bhajans. By 9:30 offer obeisances to Narsingadev, offer obeisances to Prabhupada, offer obeisances to Krishna, and just lie down with a prayer that please help me to wake up tomorrow at 3:45 or 3:30, whatever. And then 9:30 to 3:30 when you will sleep, and then when you will get up, you will feel fresh. And then start your day, cleanse yourself, and 4 a.m., 4:10 a.m. you be in front of the altar. Before Mangalarti you chant 3-4 rounds. After Mangalarti you chant. That is called Krishna consciousness. Then your sleep becomes Krishna conscious. You do this for a few weeks, you will get Krishna in your dreams also. Instead of having dream girl in your dream, better to have dream boy, Krishna in your dream. So therefore, actually Krishna conscious. Everything is, very scientific. When one is actually Krishna conscious, he automatically loses taste for pale things. See, because I am not actually Krishna conscious, because somehow I am not able to channelize my thought process, my thinking, feeling and willing into Krishna for every activity which I am doing, that is why I am stuck up with these pale things. And that is why this Bhoga Tyag is happening. It's very simple. I am not talking about Devaki, Vasudev, Nanda Maharaj, Yashoda, Radharani. No. We are not qualified to discuss those pastimes. First, let's discuss these things. We need to become actually Krishna conscious first. And this is not God gifted thing. This has to be cultivated. It is practice, it is sadhana. When you steadily do your sadhana without having taste in bhakti, that is called nishtha. And when you steadily practice this nishtha, then ruchi will come. Then we will understand what Radharani is saying and what Mother Yashoda is saying and how Krishna is picking the Govardhan. First, let's have this conviction of steadily practicing Krishna consciousness. Whether we get taste or not, no need to worry about it. That is called nishtha. First, show to God that I am nishthavan. When you show this, then Krishna will give you ruchi. Take taste. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. So I'm very, very grateful to all of you.